This is a neuroanatomy tutorial presented by X. Charles Libby. We reference Atlas of Neuroanatomy by Frank H. Netter, John Craig, and James Beckett. Hello, in this tutorial we're going to see the oculomotor nerve, the trochlear nerve, and the abducen nerve. So now, we first need to know that the oculomotor, we need to know their origins. After knowing their origins, you're going to know their cause. And after knowing their cause, you're going to know their insertions. So now, the origin of the oculomotor nerves. Let's start with cranial nerve 3. The origin of oculomotor nerve is starting at the level of the oculomotor nuclei. The oculomotor nuclei is found in the midbrain. So we have the oculomotor nuclei in the midbrain. Now we need to know that the oculomotor nerve is one of the 4 nerves which have a parasympathetic origin. So it has both its origin, which is motor. We need to know the oculomotor nerve is motor. So its nuclei is going to be located in the central nervous system, and this is why it originates from the midbrain. So we have the oculomotor nerve, oculomotor nuclei, which is motor nuclei. And also, we need to know that it is one of the 4 nerves which have a parasympathetic origin, and it's also going to contain a nuclei for that parasympathetic origin, which is going to be called the innervation nuclei. And that innervation nuclei gives the parasympathetic supply to the oculomotor nerve. So now, as it goes now with the parasympathetic supply, this is the oculomotor nerve here. So the oculomotor nerve passes now into the cranial fossa. In the cranial fossa is going to enter now what we call, this portion here is going to be the hypophyseal fossa at the level of the ciliary tunicissa. So you have all this. So now it's going to pass now into the cavernous sinus, and now in the cavernous sinus with the hypophyseal, with the ciliary tunicissa, is now going to pass into the superior orbital fissure. In the superior orbital fissure, oculomotor nerve now is separated into 2 parts. You have this superior part here, and you have this inferior part here. The superior part of oculomotor nerve is going to be called the superior division, and here is the inferior division of the oculomotor nerve. So now, as it continues, let's start with the inferior division. Now, the inferior division now is going to continue now below here. So we are going to have these different muscles which are found now at the level of the oculomotor nerve. You have the different muscles which are found at the level of the eye. Now, the different muscles which are found at the level of the eye are separated. You have different names. Let's start by counting the muscles at the level of the eye. This muscle here, particular muscle, is going to be called the inferior rectus muscle. This muscle here is going to be called the superior rectus muscle. This muscle here is going to be called the called the levator palpebrae superioris. This muscle here is going to be the superior oblique muscle, which comes and passes through the trochlear. This muscle here is going to be called the inferior oblique muscle. And we cannot see the major rectus, but here we can see the major rectus here. It's majorly located. So these are the different muscles which are located at the level of the eye. You see the major rectus, we've seen the inferior major rectus, the superior rectus, we've seen the superior oblique, the lateral oblique, and we've seen the levator palpebrae superioris, which is used to move the upper eyelid up. Now, again, we need to know that, so having the different muscles here, we need to now pass into a next section. Now, we need to know that the general formula for the innervation of the eye is LR6 SO4 all into 3. So this LR6 shows that the lateral rectus is going to be supplied by the abducen nerve. The SO4 shows that superior oblique is going to be supplied by the trochlear nerve, and all into 3 shows that the rest are going to be supplied by oculomotor nerve. So now let's continue now with the cause of oculomotor nerve. So oculomotor nerve now is going to come down since you have a superior division, inferior division. This inferior division is going to supply now the rest of the other muscles which are not lateral rectus and superior oblique. So now you have this muscle inferior is the inferior rectus. So one of the fibers goes to inferior rectus, another fiber goes to the inferior oblique here. And now we see that here we've originally said that it had a parasympathetic supply coming from the innervation nuclei. So it's going to give those fibers, and those fibers are going to form a ganglion in the eye, and that ganglion is going to be called the ciliary ganglion. So you have the ciliary ganglion, and that ciliary ganglion is now going to go to the eye via fibers from the trigeminal nerve. This is why we said we can say that the trigeminal nerve is a very good station in the head and neck. It's going to carry all the parasympathetic fiber, or hitchhike all the parasympathetic fiber in the head and neck in one form or the other. So you see that this part here, this nerve here is going to be called the short ciliary nerve. So this nerve is going to be called the short ciliary nerve, and this short ciliary nerve, this here is also the sympathetic root. So we have the sympathetic root at this portion here, which is going to also enter the ciliary ganglion. But it's not going to form its synapses at this portion, because the synapse of the sympathetic root is at the level of the sympathetic trunk. So we have all this, and then is the short ciliary ganglion is going to give now into this different part, the ciliary body. So it's going to give their fibers now to the ciliary body for the control of the iris and the lens dimension. So this is the inferior view. Now the superior view, now we have the oculomotor nerve, which is going to supply the levator superior, levator palpebrae superioris, the rectus here. We have the superior oblique. We have the superior rectus, and we also have the major rectus. Major rectus supplied by the inferior one. So now this is for the oculomotor nerve. Now the next nerve is going to be the trochlear nerve. The trochlear nerve comes from the junction of the midbrain and the pons at this location here. So this is a trochlear nucleus. The trochlear nerve is a motor nerve, so it's going to have motor nuclei and having their cell body in the central nervous system. So it's going to pass here posteriorly, then come here anteriorly. It's going to give only one fiber, the trochlear nerve. The trochlear nerve gives only one fiber to the superior oblique. So this is because of the name SO4. Now we have the abducen nerve. The abducen nerve is a motor nerve, so it's going to have their cell body in the central nervous system. So this is why you have the abducen nuclei here. The abducen nuclei now give its fiber, passes through the cavernous sinus in the cranial fossa, then enter through the superior orbital fissure, then descends and give its nerve to the lateral rectus. So it's going to come here, give to the lateral rectus. This lateral rectus has been cut in order for us to see this. So the abducen nerve is going to descend and enter here. You see this cut portion of the lateral rectus. It's going to enter here. So these are different things that you need to know. So from here we've ended already with the oculomotor, trochlear, and abducen nerve. And we say thanks for your kind attention. Don't forget to like and subscribe for Science Videomakers. Thank you.